Good morning to all of you. Friends, we are over here to discuss some of the tips for the aspiring trainers. And on the panel, I have got respected Suresh Pandit sir, respected Madam Purnima Karwat, respected Karthik Vyas sir, and myself, Dr. Himanshu Buj. First of all, I would like to invite Sri Karthik Vyas sir. Let me introduce him. Sri Karthik Vyas sir is a high performance executive coach. He is a trainer. He is a speaker. And he is a yoga mentor. What a beautiful combination. Now, let us hear some of the aspiring tips from Sri Karthik sir. Welcome, Karthik sir.
Thank you, Dr. Butch, and it's great to be with all of you today. Everyone wants to be a trainer, is what I hear in these days. So I have 5 questions for you. Shall we begin? Yeah, let's do that.
Yes.
Yeah, right. So my first question to anyone who wishes to be a trainer is your why. WHY, why? Why do you want to be a trainer? Many years back, a philosopher once said, "He who has a why to live for will put up with almost any how." So what is your why to being a trainer? What is your bigger purpose in being a trainer? That's the first thing I think everyone needs to become clear right at the very beginning. The important question is, why is the why important? What is my deeper driver in being a trainer? What are my deeper motivations in being a trainer? My entire trainer's life is going to be based on this foundation. This why is what will help me to move forward when the going gets tough. Because every career and every profession will bring its challenges. How am I going to face those challenges? It is my why that will help me to move from where I am on one side of a challenge to where I wish to be, to where I wish to go, which is the other side of the challenge. So the why is so very crucial, critical, and important now as well as throughout this journey of a trainer. I don't know about you, but I definitely know that a little over 30 years back when I chose that I wish to be a trainer for the rest of my life and a coach for the rest of my life, one of my whys was that I have made mistakes in my life. Let me, as I go along, share those mistakes so that maybe at least one other individual may avoid that mistake or mistakes. So what is your why? For me, another why was that this is the best way I can keep alive my learning, my doing, by teaching, by training, by coaching. So each one of us is likely to find perhaps a little challenging initially to find out what is this why, but extremely important, I feel, that this why we should not ignore. From the why, and I can speak a lot, and I'm sure all of us over here have our own individual whys, but let's move from the why to the second thing, and that is, who do you need to be to succeed as a trainer? Who do you need to be to succeed as a trainer? From the why, we go to the who. What kind of personality do I need to develop to be a trainer? What kind of knowledge do I need to have or acquire to be a trainer? What kind of skills do I need to acquire to be a person, or to be a trainer? Excuse me for that. At a deeper level, who do I need to be? What kind of a person do I need to be behind this role of a trainer? This who is going to matter, especially during successes as well as during failures. Do I believe, therefore, that to be the kind of person I need to be as a trainer, as an effective trainer, do I need to work on myself? And do I need to continuously and constantly upgrade myself? Who do I need to be as a person? What kind of a person do I need to mold myself into to be an effective and a successful trainer? The third question after why you want to be a trainer, which was our number one issue, to who do I need to be a trainer? The third question is, now comes the what. What do you wish to train about? What is your subject? What you wish to train about? Is it based on your experience? Is it based on your expertise? Is it based on your interests? Is it based on some commercial considerations that this is a topic or this is a subject or this is an area where I can make a lot of money? What is your expertise? Do you have an expertise? These are the questions I think a to-be trainer, as well as someone who's already a trainer, needs to become clear about. What I want to train, do I need to specialize in one thing and have a niche? Or do I wish to be a generalist? There are advantages and disadvantages either way from multiple perspectives. Does it make sense? I hope it does. Shall we move on to our fourth question? From the why, which was our number one, the who, which was number two, three, the what, four is the how. How do you get to be a trainer? Do you just start speaking and training and declare, I am a trainer to the whole wide universe? How do you get to be a trainer? I remember way back in the year 1983, I went through a 7 months training to be a trainer. And over the years, I have gone through numerous other certifications to keep enhancing my effectiveness as a trainer by actually learning and going through various kinds of train the trainer programs, advanced and at the expert level. How about you? How do you get to be a trainer? What is going to be your preparation? Do you wish to go through training yourself, or have you already gone through training to be a trainer? Have you gone through a train the trainer program? And I think these are all important issues and questions if we want to base our future career on a solid foundation. How do I ensure that I have the temperament of a trainer? This how has another dimension to it, which is our fifth question. And that is, how will you succeed as a trainer? Training is not just about speaking and training. Training requires an audience. So how am I going to get my audience? And that takes us into a whole big area of how will I market my training? How will I market myself? How will I position myself, therefore, in the market? All of this is important if I wish to succeed as a trainer. Please note down the questions to these, the answers to these questions. Shall I repeat my questions? So the first question, why do you wish to be a trainer? 2, who do you need to be a trainer? 3, what do you wish to train about? 4, how do you get to be a trainer? And 5, how will you succeed as a trainer in terms of marketing yourself? These 5 fundamental areas will determine not only the direction, but also the trajectory of my career and success as a coach. So thank you once again. I hope this was worthwhile.
Wonderful, wonderful. Karthik sir, wonderful. Very nice. Extremely grateful, Karthik sir. What a beautiful way. Fantastic tips. Thank you very much.
Most welcome. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thanks. Friends, we have our next speaker, and his name is Mr. Suresh Pandit. And before I hand over the platform to Suresh Pandit sir, let me introduce him. He is a most senior trainer in our trainer fraternity. He is a specialist. He has got the experience of training of more than 53 years. And he is a specialist in HRD, OD, and productivity techniques. So, friends, let us welcome Shri Suresh Pandit sir. Please welcome, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. And thank you, Karthik ji, for your brilliant start, and hearty welcome to all our new friends. This session for aspiring trainers is happening because of the noble initiative of Dr. Himanshu Buch. He himself is a lifelong master learner and a model teacher to all of us. I am offering 5 tips in all in next 10 minutes. You may like to use them where they are beneficial. My first tip is about professional terminology that we often use. We are using the word training for our profession. I feel the use of this word brings in an element of arrogance for trainers and a shadow of compulsion for trainees. Arrogance and compulsion both are undesirable in our profession. Modesty on the part of learning facilitator and voluntariness on the part of learners are desirable. All of us are learners. We may have spent more time learning to become learning facilitators. Therefore, our profession should be facilitating new learning. Having mastered the training process, we now need to focus on the learner, their needs, and the process of learning. A trainer or a teacher is not essential to learning. We can learn a great deal from an ant, a tree, a bird, the sun, the moon, and the stars. Ants are the best example of workmanship. Trees are the best example of selfless service. Sun is the best example of leadership. Do you agree? Each one of us have been endowed with curious, inquiring mind, observation power, learning power, smelling, tasting, feeling power. We as learning facilitators can at best help others to learn faster, better, in depth, and in scope. More importantly, we can make the subject more attractive and interesting to the new learners. Now, many modern schools have already adopted this terminology. Teachers have given way to Didi or Bhaiya. Syllabus has given way to list of competencies. Children learn new competencies by their own research and practice. Didi, Bhaiya are there to create situations in which learning can take place. Now, the scholars from such schools will be our new target group of learners. They will be more agile, informed, creative, and modern than us. Now, that is the challenge. Now, my second tip is about the nature of our service that we provide. Our intervention should result in beneficial positive change in the behavior of the participants. If it doesn't happen, it is of no use. What factors lead to the behavioral change? I have listed 5 items. Their name starting with KASHI. K for knowledge, A for attitude, S for skills, H for habits, and I for involvement. Absence of any one of them results in total failure to perform. That is why we have to take care of all the 5. Take, for example, a case of an aeronautical engineer. He knows all about aeroplanes, but can he fly one without acquiring the necessary skills and certification? Can he keep flying if he doesn't like to work in odd hours? Can he keep flying if he develops the habit of drinking? Can he keep flying if he does not keep himself abreast of new regulations, newer versions of software, etc.? Now, let us go into detail one by one. K is for knowledge, which is freely available on the internet. What learners need besides useful links is help in grasping complex concepts. with examples. They would like to also to know where and how this knowledge can be put to use. If I can provide that, I'll become a learning facilitator. In fact, in my own case, I never wanted to be a public speaker or a trainer. I was trained to be an electrical engineer. But it so happened that in my class, engineering class, all my friends used to seek my help to understand complex electrical engineering concepts. No, I didn't do it deliberately. The others recognize that I can explain things which they cannot grasp. So that is how I was pushed into the training profession, or what I say, learning profession, facilitator profession. Okay, so it is our ability to make complex things simple, I would say, that makes us better learning facilitator. Now let us come to the next one. Attitude. The youth, and whether you are a young person or an experienced person, your preconceived ideas or bias will fail you. So we as learning facilitators can observe what the participants have not chosen to observe. We can help them with polite queries that lead to greater clarity and change in their attitude. Once they know, see, the basic thing is they are not aware. If they become aware of what is holding their progress or what is coming in their way of performance, they will change it themselves. The next one is skills. Skills, there is no end to the skills required today. Even now, we have to learn every day new versions, new software, new situations, new people, new technology. Every day we have to learn, get used to, like even a banking operation. Today, nobody can afford to be a not learner. Even an illiterate person has to use a bank. An illiterate person has to get into the mobile uses. So there is no question of today a learner as a standalone profession. Everybody is a learner. Everybody is a teacher. Everybody is a trainer. Everybody is a coach. Everybody is a facilitator. Everybody is a leader. Okay, the skills. So we can demo. How do you impart skills? One is we can demonstrate ourselves or show videos. Videos are a good medium of demonstration. And today, for example, I do things by watching videos. And most of the software comes with videos. And even the new machinery, for example, comes with videos how to operate the machine or equipment. So videos are a great tools in skills development, and we have to give them an opportunity to practice and appreciate their mastery and inspire them to excel. Now, the most neglected area are the next one, that is habits. This is the most uncharted territory with great potential for improvement that is amenable to coaching. Habit is unconscious behavior accounting to more than 90% of our overall behavior. And very few trainers attend to this. An observant coach like Karthik ji can point out their habit that hinders growth and performance for them. And once we point out it to them, they will set it right themselves. We don't have to do anything. The last is involvement. We need to be interested in their life and ambitions of the participants and be ready with useful tips and practical help. My third tip is about establishment of your professional practice as you may be an employee, employee trainer, a self-employed person, or you can be a part of a team of professionals, or you might be an entrepreneur yourself. Irrespective of who you are, as a service provider, we need to create a niche in the market for ourselves. We need to avoid temptation to imitate others, well-established service providers, and damage each other's prospects. Best way to compete is avoiding competition. We have to find a gap and grow into the gap like all the trees do. We can build easily on our unique credentials and find out who needs them and make them our target group. We can tap into the new clients by offering costless sample service. This is a very easy way to do that. How to tap the new, not just advertising or praising ourselves. Pricing of your service should be based on affordability of both the parties. There is no harm in consulting the client on the right price. Our abilities are infinite, and we can adapt quickly to a new requirement. Client needs are limited and finite. Very often, the client and persons representing them are not clear on their own requirement. More time we spend understanding the actual needs of the target group, better will be the outcome. If we cannot meet the client requirements on our own, it is perfectly all right to form a temporary team or a consortium by including other professionals. Clients would be comfortable dealing with one agency for related services rather than many. The fourth tip is about keeping the participants engaged and interested during a learning session. It is observed that most trainers tend to dominate the process. It is one thing to plan the session in detail and another to keep doing everything yourself. It is natural to like our own voice, internal and external, but the participants remember what they did rather than what you did or said. Participants are also looking for opportunities to show off their talent. A learning session is effective to the extent they are engaged, the participants are engaged. Individual and group activities keep them engaged and they learn more. They can also be asked to read bullet points from your presentation and explain the bullet points in their own way. You don't explain, they let them explain. Participants can be called upon to share their experience, expertise, doubts, and preferences. My fifth and the last tip is about consistently building your professional image by delivering more than what you promise in the classroom and beyond. It is very important to know who are all the stakeholders in your program and their expectations. They may be owners, they may be managers, they may be participants themselves. We can interview some of them before the program to find out where they are and where you want to take them. Your first contact may also not know the full particulars. You can request for meeting with others behind the project and what factors triggered the project. It makes eminent business sense to deliver more than what you promise. So promise less and be modest in your claims. Exaggeration does not create a good image, and image is what works for you or against you. Now, I thank you all for your attention and now look forward to my experienced colleague Purnima ji for enriching all of us. Thank you.
Great, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Pandit sir, so nice of you. Thank you very much. I think the 5 letters that you gave, Pandit sir, is that spells K-A-S-H-I. The trainer go to the Kashi, or even the participants can go to the Kashi.
That is the new spiritual capital of India.
Yes, of course. Thank you very much, Pandit sir. Now I welcome Madam Purnima Karwat. She is into training since last almost 33 years, and she is a trainer in organizational development, organizational behavior, and human resource development. So now let us welcome Madam Purnima Karwat.
Thank you very much, Dr. Booch, to welcome me, and nice to hear Mr. Karthik Vyas and Mr. Suresh Pandit. I'm going to talk and share some of my thoughts more on the behavioral aspect of a facilitator. You know, friends, when we start training, initially, we always try to get the assignment, come what may, because it will be a feather on our cap, and we will build up the confidence at the cost of the client. But I am of a strong opinion that accept the assignment when you know the subject well. And also, when the subject and the concepts are absolutely clear, you will be able to fulfill the expectations of the client during the tour training input. That's very important. So not to just get the job or to get the assignment, you accept any assignment and then make a mess out of it at the end. In fact, in that case, you earn a very bad name. So be very particular before you accept any assignment. Another point is, use the language in which the target group is most comfortable to understand the subject or the theme. Many people are under impression that if they speak in English, and that too in a very stylish way, they will be able to impress the target group. But in reality, your style or the language does not make any difference whatsoever until and unless you are really communicating with somebody or our points go home. So be very careful when you use language. I like Dr. Booch's one thing very much. He speaks in Hindi, he switches over to Gujarati, he switches over to English. And that is what makes everybody very comfortable in the session. So just find out how many roughly can understand the way you speak and the language you use. Be very choosy, be very careful, because language should be very simple, which any lay person can understand. And then only we can achieve our desired results. Otherwise, we cannot. Sometimes we clap a lot after coming from a session, say, कमाल का बोला यार, बहुत अच्छी बात बोली. पर क्या बोला? If somebody asks, अरे वो तो सब ऊपर से चला गया. So it should not happen. We should form a habit right from the beginning that I speak simple English, simple Hindi, simple regional language, which my target group will understand. Because when I am as a facilitator on the other side of the desk, I am there to make them understand what I ultimately want them to understand. Then, give respect to each and every participant. Unfortunately, many of the co-professionals, they feel that participants should give them the respect. And they become big masters kind of a thing with a chadi in, not literally, but like a stick in the hand. we should always respect the participants for their knowledge they have. Hold their hands and take them to one step up. That taking them, that's our aim, to take them one step up, and then we can be successful as a trainer. Because that will add to their knowledge. They have knowledge, but maybe clarity is little less, or concepts are not very clear the way we want them to be. So come down to their level, find out quickly where are they in the knowledge of the subject, hold their hands, take them up one step so that our work is done. Another point is, word creates very heavy impact. Word creates very heavy impact on the minds of learners. So choose or use words very carefully so that the required impact is created in their minds. Because words is everything, thoughts are everything. So we should be very careful not to hurt anybody, or not to have the same word with several meanings. So according to participants' exposures, they give meaning to the words. So select the words which are the appropriate words for our training sessions. Then speak from the heart. That's another very important point, and this is what I have experienced, because I know that I'm not here right now also to impress my audience. If I speak from heart, it touches the heart of my audience. And then you sound very genuine, and you sound genuine only when you are a genuine person. So speak from heart. Heart to heart talk. People will remember you for 30 years, 40 years. Verbatim, they will remember what you said, your session. Then use humor. It's very important, but at the appropriate time. Sometimes the session becomes little lazy or dragging. You can use the humor, but at the appropriate time. And as far as possible, it should be related to the subject only, so that they can relate to the entire session. And we can have little change. People can relax for 5 minutes, and we can get back to our work again. One very important thing is, never lose eye contact with the learners. Today, with this development of technology, many a times people switch off the video. So we lose the eye contact, absolutely no eye contact. But I strongly believe that eye contact makes all the difference. It is a very powerful tool to keep them attentive and together. Because I know Dr. Butch, when he narrates the stories related to the subject, he always says, switch on your videos. I want to see whether you are sleeping or awake. Okay, last but not the least, when a learner asks a question, never say, I will come back to you. I have seen n number of people who always say, yeah, I will come back to you later on. That later on never comes back. Never comes back. So what we should do, attempt to give the answer immediately, or else let us find out an answer to this question. So all the participants get involved in finding out not a answer to a question, but several answers to a question, where their innovation or creativity can also come out, but never avoid answering questions. See, friends, it's not necessary that being a facilitator or a trainer, you know answer to each and every question. No, it is not possible. Today, with the invent and tremendous use of internet, others know much more than what we know, and they have upgraded knowledge as compared to sometimes us. Something might have slipped out of our eyes. So always try and create the answer if you don't know the answer. Or you can very frankly say, look, I am unable to answer your question. Come on, let's all be together and find out the answer to this question. That makes session very interesting. That shows that we are really very modest in our approach, and our intention is only to share our thoughts on the concept on which we are going to talk. I think here I will close my session, thanking Dr. Butch, Mr. Karthik Vyas, Mr. Suresh Pandit. Thank you very much.
Thank
Dr.
you very
Bose?
much, madam. So nice of you. Yes,
No,
Karthik sir.
you were on mute, so that was, I was just.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes. So thank you very much, Madam Purnima. So nice of you. Now, friends, myself, Dr. Himanshu Buch, and I am international motivational speaker. I'm a corporate trainer. I'm a senior business coach. I'm a sales coach also. And I'm a Zen coach. Friends, I am into this training since last almost 31 years. I would like to start one with two beautiful humorous stories. There was a huge conference was going on, and one Swamiji, after the lunch is over, the program was over, almost 1,000 people were there. So ये स्वामी जी बाहर निकले तो पास में एक साइंटिस्ट बैठा हुआ था. उन्होंने स्वामी जी को पूछा कि कैसा रहा. स्वामी जी ने बोला कि दोपहर में खाने के बाद जो भी लेक्चर मैंने सुना, बीच बीच में मैं सो जाता था. वो साइंटिस्ट ने बोला आपकी बात बहुत सही है, मैं बीच बीच में जाग जाता था. So it is very important that you don't allow, especially in the international conferences when you are speaking. So you have to be very careful as a speaker, as a trainer, that your participants are not going to sleep. The second humorous story is there was a small class. One trainer was conducting the program, and after the lunch break, उन्होंने देखा पीछे एक participant सो रहा है. तो उसने आगे वाले को बोला कि अरे भाई साहब, वो पीछे वाले को जगाओ. तो वो आगे वाले ने खड़ा होकर बोला कि आपने सुलाया है, आप ही जगाओ, मैं क्यों जगाऊं. So this is two stories I want to start. Friends, to be, just Suresh Pandit sir ne bola that we should never, teacher on stage should not forget the age of the participants. I repeat, teacher on stage should not forget the age of the participants. You have to catch hold the hand, Madam Purnima ji ne abhi kaha. You should also know the what, why, how जैसे कार्तिक सर ने कहा. But to become a complete facilitator, you should have a beautiful, strong voice, modulations, speechcraft, and pronunciation. I want to ask all the aspiring trainers that are you doing 5 omkars early in the morning? Breathing in and speaking out O with exhaling. Are you able to prolong O for almost 30 to 40 seconds? Then you are able to speak from your navel, that is Nabhi Chakra. If you are speaking from the vocal cord, गले से बोलेंगे 7 घंटे में लंच तक थक जाएंगे. But अगर 7 घंटे बोलने का है, then I must use my capacity of Nabi. और यहीं से आवाज निकलती है, और जब नाभि से आवाज निकलती है मूलाधार से, तो वो अनाहत हार्ट चक्र से पास होती है और विशुद्ध चक्र होकर जब जाती है, देन इट बिकम्स हार्ट टू हार्ट, जो मैडम पूर्णिमा बेन ने कहा. And unless and until this voice does not come through the anahat chakra with great pronunciation, लेकिन उसके लिए क्या करें? लोग मेरे को पूछते हैं कि what shall we do? So मेरे एक ड्रामा के डायरेक्टर ने आज से 1971 में मुझे ऐसा बोला था कि are you able to read one shloka of Bhagavad Gita every day? तो उन्होंने बोला था कि आप ये बोलो, तो मैं बोला. बहुत सारी मिस्टेक्स थी स और श की, स एंड श की. सो उन्होंने तब से वन ब्रीदिंग, एक ब्रीदिंग लेकर वो श्लोक बोलने का है. धर्म क्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुत्सवः मामकाः पांडवाश्चैव किम कुर्वता संजय. I have not breathed in between. Do you practice this to become a strong orator or a speaker or an international speaker? Do you use your voice modulations? And what I felt in my past 31 years of my career in facilitating, that I feel that a trainer must take training in dramatics. Then only he will be able to have built a rapport with the participants. Reading habits. How can you have in-depth preparation? I remember one international trainer told me in 1998 that if a trainer wants to speak 7 hours, he has to remember material what 70 hours. And for that, he has to read 700 hours. A person who reads 700 hours can only speak for 7 hours. Am I a good reader? Leaders are good readers. So if you want to lead this profession, and if you want to be a good trainer, teacher, or even a good professor, you need to have in-depth knowledge, inputs and output. So updating yourself and upgrading yourself, these two words are very, very important. Updating and upgrading. Are you watching some debates? Are you watching some interviews of a Hollywood or Bollywood actor? You must gather some case studies, some anecdotes, some stories to fine-tune your entire speechcraft. PowerPoint presentation आपको 45 minutes दिया है, तो 45 minutes, 90 minutes में आप कितनी slides दिखा सकते हैं? One aspiring trainer came to me just before 5-7 years back, and he had a 3-day session in Rajkot. So I told him that almost 13 slides should be prepared for one day. So you prepare 40 slides for 3 days program, 9:30 to 5. And on the very first day, after the lunch break, he called me from Rajkot that Himanshu bhai, मेरी 40 slides 2 घंटे में समाप्त हो गई, अब मैं क्या करूं? Time evaluation, time management, and your finishing limits. It is very important. A trainer must watch the time, because for the participants, time is also important. You have to start the session on time. You have to complete the session on time. And if you don't do it, I think that becomes a Herculean task, that after the time is over, the participants are sitting, but their mind is somewhere else. They are not listening to you. And so it is very important for a trainer, for a facilitator, to have good amount of time limitations. Friends, I think that some of the points that I have covered would be beneficial to all of us, including ourselves and our learned speakers. Thank you very much, all of you, for listening to me. And I thank Karthik sir, I thank Suresh Pandit sir, I thank Madam Purnima ji. I also thank Deepak Merchant, who is there on the platform for the technical support. Yes, we can last 2-3 minutes. I would like to ask all the speakers, how was your experience? Yes, Karthik sir.
Yeah, excellent. It was good to listen to everyone over here, and everyone of us has such wide experience and exposure. It was
Yes.
very nice to listen to everyone, and I hope that this small little video that we have put together will help aspiring trainers and maybe even to be trainers to become better trainers. Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Suresh Pandit ji. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Purnima ji. Thank you, Dr. Butch. And thank you, Deepak ji also.
Thank you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Pandit sir,
Yeah.
1 or 2 lines of your experience.
I learned a lot.
Thank you.
And frankly, I see the value more now of this recording.
Yes.
This was a really wonderful initiative you have taken.
Thank you. Thank
and
you.
it was necessary. I think it will benefit a lot of people.
Yes.
And you are really done a noble work.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
With your blessings. Thank you. Thank
and
you.
I
very
learned
much.
a lot from Karthik ji, our
Madam
Purnima
Purnima ji.
quiet support of Deepak ji.
Thank you. Thank
very
you. Thank you. Yes, Purnima madam, what was your experience, madam? Just unmute, madam.
It was a wonderful experience for me, for sure. It was a learning situation. And one thing is there, I never miss a learning situation, because we all are unique and our teaching or facilitating styles are also unique. I thank Mr. Vyas, Mr. Pandit, Dr. Butch, Deepak Bhai, and the entire team
Thank
which
you.
made this happen. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Pranams to all. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.